Hi there, welcome to this big beautiful pot of cowboy spaghetti. Now I think cowboy spaghetti is a great easy one pan dish. I also think it's a great excuse to use Sam's Dutch oven. So we're going to start with 6 to 8 pieces of bacon and we're going to dice that up. So I've got my Dutch oven heating up while I'm cutting my bacon. Now I think this is a really easy one pan dish to put together. So I definitely think this could fit into our lazy Sunday suppers because you could definitely, even with prep, have this ready to go in probably 40 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and put this in here as it heats up. That'll be fine while we get on with the rest of what we have to do. So you want to let your bacon cook about halfway. Let it start to brown before we start adding the rest of our ingredients. And I have here a pound of ground beef. I have an onion diced, 2 cloves of garlic minced. I have a poblano pepper that's diced. You could do a roasted poblano pepper. You could do a can of green chilies work. I just like the fresh, but the can will work. For my tomatoes, I have the palmy chopped tomatoes, and then I'm going to do a cup of tomato sauce, 2 cups of beef stock, and you can augment that beef stock with some beer if you want, like, half beef stock and half beer. I still have to take Mom to the doctor today, so I didn't want to be finishing a beer, so I went with all beef stock. We have a pound of spaghetti, and then we're going to make our spice blend. I've got some beans draining, some black beans draining, and we've got some frozen corn. So we're getting close to half done. I'm going to go ahead and add my onion because I want that to cook a few moments. And my poblano, you know what I'm talking about. And we're going to let this cook for a couple of minutes. So while we're cooking over here, let's make a really quick spice blend. A tablespoon kosher salt, tablespoon paprika, garlic powder, onion powder, chili powder, and then we're going to go down to a teaspoon of the cumin. I personally think a little bit of cumin goes a long way. And then we're going to do a good teaspoon of fresh cracked black pepper. Or in this case, actually, I'm going to do the mixed blend. Next, we're going to add our pound of ground beef. Break that up into there. Now, I like to go ahead and add my spices now. So I'm just going to sprinkle that all over. And then we're going to let this ground beef brown. This is another great dish where a pound of ground beef goes a long way to feeding a lot of people. All right, so when your ground beef is done, we're going to add our garlic and just give that a minute to cook. So in we go with our beef stock. And I'm going to go through and scrape all those tasty bits off the bottom here. Our 1 cup of tomato sauce and our 28 ounces of chopped tomatoes. And to that, we're going to add our beans. Now, I did black beans, but you can absolutely do pinto beans, kidney beans. I did a can of black beans, and I'm going to add half a bag of this corn because I think I'm going to save the other half for something. I feel like I made a note of something for it, but I just don't remember what it is. So we're going to do half of this bag of corn, but feel free to use the whole bag if you want. Now we're going to let this come to a boil. So here we go. We're coming to a boil, and I'm going to add my pasta. Don't you just love one pot meals and just everything's in one pot? And don't be mad at me. I'm going to break it. Oh, no, it'll fit in here. If it doesn't fit in your pan, then you can break it. But since mine fits, I'm going to work it in there. Just keep, which is sometimes why it's good to break it, because it's just easier to move around. You just want to keep it separated so it doesn't stick. It won't take it long to soften up. And we're just going to let that pasta cook and all of this deliciousness. No need to cook it separately. Everything can just get cooked in one beautiful pan here. Now I'm just going to keep an eye on this and keep stirring it till I know that pasta's gotten soft and separated and it's not sticking together. And then we're going to cook this about 13 minutes. Now sometimes you can tell that you just don't have enough liquid, and especially at these high altitudes, a lot of times you have to add more liquid. And I can kind of tell that this is not going to be enough liquid for the spaghetti. So I'm going to go ahead and add another cup of beef stock. So just keep an eye on it, and if you think it needs a little more liquid, add a little more liquid. It's totally fine. It's going to be just fine. And see, this looks better for my pasta to finish cooking. Now I've hit about 13 minutes, but I can tell that my pasta's not done. So we're going to keep going until your pasta's done. A great way to garnish this is with some cheese, and you get to pick. You see Theo down there? He's having a stretch. Oh, he's having a lay down. Pepper jack, Monterey jack, cheddar. I'm going with a white cheddar. Also, a nice garnish is cilantro, some chopped up cilantro. And it looks like we're almost done here. Isn't that beautiful? You could definitely feed a crowd with this. This is a lot. Or freeze half of it for a rainy day. So this looks so good. I'm taking some to my mom. I'm taking some to my niece. Maybe take some to my sister. It's a lot. So it's definitely time to scoop some of this up. A little cheese on there. Definitely time for a fork. It's going to be hot, but for you, I'm going to have a bite. So I'm going to add a little kosher salt. I think it needs a little kosher salt. You always got to taste. You can always come back and add the salt. It's better to add it now than put too much in the beginning. Oh, you know what I forgot? The Worcestershire sauce. I knew I was forgetting something. A couple of teaspoons of Worcestershire sauce and some hot sauce. This is that pineapple habanero hot sauce that I made for Sam, so I'm going to use that. All right, so let's have another taste. I think it's going to be better. So much better. That did it. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. I hope you love today's easy Sunday supper choice. One pan, Cowboy Spaghetti. Thanks, y'all. Thanks for being here. I love everybody. I'll see you real soon. Bye.